I'd been living out in Arizona for a long time, and Ken Urakawa and I had started CrossFit Southwest out there, which was like the 23rd one, I think, or something. It was right next to ASU, too, so very similar setup. And I was like, I just got to move back and do it. There was no CrossFit within 100 miles. I was just like, man, that place is it's gonna work there. So here we are.
So 4 stations, more important that you organize yourself height-wise.
Demographically, State College made a lot of sense. The town does revolve around the university, but the people that support the university just as well, 40,000 people in a town you only need 100 people. If you know what you're doing, 100 people will follow you.
I met Brian when I joined a gym. I decided that running was not cutting it for me anymore, and I needed to beef up a little bit and stay strong for my job. I'm a massage therapist also. I started at this gym and Brian came in and he was showing me around, and my personal trainer for the day, and he had me squatting and doing all this crazy stuff I never done before, and all I remember thinking was, I wish he'd just show me how to do some stuff on the machines.
I had the best first member that somebody could ask for, and I would strongly encourage anybody thinking about it you have to think outside of the box. And if you're willing to take people on like a trade where, I met Jennifer, I knew she would be good at it, I thought she would like it, and quite frankly, at the beginning, you need people to work with. So,
Jen, obviously with Brian, was talking more and more every night about CrossFit and what they were doing at the gym every day. And, I'm an engineering student, so I was very skeptical of, here's another fad exercise program that has all these wonderful claims, and she's beaming about it, but she's getting fed right from the source too, so there's not a real reason to think it's anything special. I'll give it a try, and I came in and been coming in probably 4 to 6 times a week since then.
We go mountain climbing together, and I said, it's really going to help, so that kind of got him going in, and next thing you know, I lean over and I ask him what he's doing in the middle of the night, and he's like, I'm checking the WOD to see if it's up.
She seemed like she really liked it, and so we just traded a massage for a membership, and I was like, that's the deal, but you have to try and introduce your friends. We just started as a boot camp, and then we would start going out working out places. You introduce them to kind of thinking about working out in a different way where you're not restrained by needing some formal piece of equipment or something. It can just kind of take off from there, and when people really like it, then other people are drawn to it.
I looked for CrossFit in State College. There wasn't one when I first got here, and then my advisor, I'm in kinesiology, my advisor told me about it because his wife does CrossFit on her own, and she was looking and found the new website for CrossFit Nittany, so that's how I got into CrossFit here.
It was actually, I just saw the games on TV. It was flipping through the channels. It was either see a replay of a game on the Big Ten Network, or else check out what this CrossFit Games thing is. So I looked at it, and I didn't no idea what was going on, but I just saw people throwing up those Olympic lifts, climbing ropes, doing all this stuff. I was like, that looks kind of fun. And I'd basically been pretty much just lifting weights and doing some long distance running on the treadmill or whatever in that time. And I enjoyed making my own workouts. It was fun, but it was getting a little stale, and I thought, well, might as well see if there is a box here in State College. I had never thought there would be a small town like this, and then all of a sudden there's 2 of them here. And so I thought, I went for a free trial, and it's been great ever since.
I came here, I looked up the CrossFit box up here, got in contact with Brian, and I've been doing it since July, as I said. And I actually got him, Andrew, to come in last, 3 or 4 weeks ago? Yeah, about a month. That's all I talk about, it's all I preach. I drink the Kool-Aid more than anyone. I'm
a volunteer firefighter in a very active company here. I had retired as a naval flight officer. I was working a desk job at the university. The firefighting sort of caught what I wasn't getting out of a desk job that I had a bit as a naval officer and a naval aviator. Going up at, say, 7 flights of stairs, carrying 50 pounds of gear, 2 in the morning, that's a challenge. And then having the capacity to do work when you're up there is primarily what brought me to CrossFit.
The best part of it would be that the community just kind of becomes more united by their interest. They're united more by what they have in common, and that's just that they're working out and trying to work hard, and they enjoy it, and they're having fun, and the camaraderie. Do we have to accommodate people with Motown Mondays versus me learning that house music is different than dubstep for the younger people? Yes, we've had those battles as well.
We truly are a community, very diverse. We're young, we're old, everything in the middle. We have everything from blue collar to PhD candidates, and it all works.
At first I was scared because, like I said, I wasn't an athlete. I could barely do a push-up. So I was scared that people would compare me to each other, and then I realized that we're all just barely breathing by the end, that there's not time to compare your neighbor. The community is definitely what has hooked me. Like, I'm friends with a lot of the trainers, and I talk to them, and it's more like a family. Like you read about when anybody talks about CrossFit, everyone says it's a family, it's a tribe, and it definitely is.
I think it's special. It's a really good community. You can relate to the people that are here. Everybody's working hard. Everybody has a positive attitude. People know that you're not going to have a best day all the time, so it's really nice to have the support of the community, the coaches, and there's a lot of people that can help you on your way. It's not just going to the gym by yourself, hoping you can run 3 miles on a treadmill and then picking up a dumbbell.
Our box is one big antic after another. And maybe that comes from the top down, I don't know, but we attract people who might not be very comfortable in a typical gym setting.
I've struggled in the past to find people who are similar to me. I think I've always been known as like a little crazy or a little out there, so to come in and meet 30 people who are exactly like you and who are willing to, even outside of CrossFit, go do something exciting and adventurous I've loved it.
She'd be done with the WOD and have done it in half the time, and I'd be collapsed on the floor for a half hour, so a little demoralizing, but it was definitely motivation to get going and to try to whip myself into shape a little bit more.
It's really kind of a stark dichotomy because you get super competitive people like Cody and Jen, and I know they're going to take me to the next level, especially in these Metcons, the grueling kind of workouts where you see they're working just as hard, and that's the kind of inspiration that you get from working out with people at your level.
I definitely have different goals, and I have different goals every month, and this goal this month is to try to get a pull-up without a band, no assistance, and I don't even think I would have even considered that before, that was something that I could accomplish. And now I have a pull-up bar in my house, and me and my daughter would do pull-ups together. So it's definitely changed my mindset in that I'm trying things that before I would just say, no, I can't do that. You can't. And now you're going to.
Seeing people who really take to it and really, really enjoy it. The natural progression is after they've been in it for 6 or 7 months, they want to go get their level 1, want to be certified, and they want to be able to teach classes and help coach others and do it properly. We have a lot of that aspect, and that keeps it really fresh. You see people excited about it. I have a younger brother who's 21, and so a lot of people that age coming in, and just their enthusiasm and interest about the topic is it's great. It's great to see.
It's great to have something to come in and physically come in and do together, and something that we have, another thing that we have in common.
Overall, I've lost probably about 50 pounds, which needed to lose. I'm in better shape cardiovascularly. I'm more flexible. And I'm overall stronger.
When I go home, my roommates all look at me like I'm crazy. The things that I'm eating, the things, coming here, doing these workouts, they don't really understand it. So, it's not really something I can talk about with everybody. Not everyone really understands it. Some people think you're like ridiculous. So, but I love it. It's all around. I think it's been great for me.